The Ascent is a game I loved at launch, though I did seem to be in the minority on that. And it has released, after a year, its first mission DLC. It is titled Cyber Heist and is available for those who have a save set at the very end of the game's main campaign. It is bombastic, fun, just as janky as everything else in the main game, and features some of the worst difficulty spikes and boss fights seen yet. Let's break it all down in this small, spoiler-free review of The Ascent, Cyber Heist. The first issue I ran into is that this DLC is only accessible if you have a save that has been left at the end of the main campaign and you have not started New Game Plus. I personally did not have a save set for this state. I was personally in the middle of a New Game Plus run. Thankfully, my brother did though, so be warned, if you do not have a save that is just still at the very conclusion of the main campaign, you won't be able to access this $10 mission expansion until you reach it. The story itself takes place in the Dark Playground, a greenish-yellow infused, kind of pea-colored new area that brings in one new set of items, which are melee weapons. I only found a couple of them. They felt pretty bad and were quite hard to use without dying. The main thing here is the over-the-top, absolutely gorgeous twin-stick shooter fun. There is a short story. We got to the end boss in roughly 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it's all about stealing something called the Ruby. Overall, the story's forgettable and featured someone with the most over-the-top British accent I've ever heard. Also, there's an attempt at a new main bad guy, but it fell flat. The Ascent story was never the main attraction. The incredible graphics and the fun-as-hell gameplay were. And the game shines here graphically. The new areas are as dark, grimy, and dank-looking and stunning as ever. Gameplay-wise, though, it's more of a mixed bag, mainly due to some massive difficulty spikes every now and then. The max level cap has been increased, and unless you feel like grinding things out and doing the few side quests that are available, you're going to run into some massive progression blocking walls that kill you in a shot or two multiple times. The bosses also have way too much HP, and even after upgrading appropriate weapons to take them on, fights can last 5 or 10 minutes long. The first time we killed the final boss, a few of his far more powerful minions were around, finished us off, and it required us to redo the entire fight. These multiple issues drag down what otherwise is a worthy follow-up to the main campaign. The music's awesome, and while it doesn't add anything new in the way of guns or abilities, it's just a really solid excuse to jump back into one of my favorite games from last year. Unfortunately, it did still feel pretty buggy on Series X, with enemies and items that I used just falling through the ground kinda regularly. Though there were no freezes or progression blocking quest errors happening, which is, kinda sadly, a big improvement over the launch experience. In conclusion, at only $10 US, the Cyber Heist is well worth a purchase if you enjoyed The Ascent in either solo or up to 4-player co-op. Graphically, it's still a stunner. The gameplay is fun as hell, and while damned annoying, the balancing issues can be solved if you are willing to do a little side mission grinding. The base game is still on Xbox Game Pass at the time of this review as well, and at this price, you are not going to find many better looking experiences. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you can like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. And we'll see you here next time on XboxEra.